How's it going, everyone? Texas Man here, back with another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, make sure you guys hit that bell notification button. Select all for all notifications. You guys don't miss out on future content. Also, make sure to head over to Twitch. Follow me there, Douglas447. Stream there at least once a week, sometimes even twice, whether it's Destiny 2, Battlefield, Halo, whatever I'm interested in doing for RPG and FPS games alike. Of course, if you guys have any movies, shows, or games you guys want me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. We're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about the newest 2025 movie, Weapons. The film is rated R. And a lot of people have been praising this movie, giving it, glowing 8, 9, and sometimes even 10 out of 10 movies. Everyone's like, oh, this movie's the best horror movie ever! And I'm just like, no, it is. No, it can't be. It just can't be, okay? I personally have a personal favorite of what I think the best horror movie is. If you want to know what it is, ask me in the comment section down below. Proves that you actually watched over a minute long, and it would be greatly appreciated if you guys did do that. And if you guys actually watched the full video, do appreciate that. I want to get this cleared up. This is not the best horror movie of all time, and this is definitely not the best movie of 2025. I think that the best movie of 2025 is probably going to go to Conjuring: The Last Rites, just because it's ending a phase in a franchise that's been going on for over a decade. I know a lot of people have loved Sinners. I just don't care to watch it. It doesn't intrigue me at all, and that's the thing, is that when I talk about movies, it's because I went and saw a movie that I thought was going to be interesting, entertaining, worth my time, worth my money, worth my gas, worth the cost of a concession for popcorn and whatnot. And this movie didn't do it at all. Now, this movie's not horrible. It's just, to say that this movie wasn't what I thought it was going to be, I think is an understatement. This is more of a thriller with psychological horror elements mixed in. This is not a typical horror movie. And, based on the trailer and the teasers that we've gotten, it really didn't show much. And I think that's kind of cool that it was able to just it was enough to intrigue you to want to see what is this about, but it didn't tell you the plot. A lot of times now we get trailers and they tell you the plot. You literally get to watch a 2-hour movie in 2.5 minutes because of most trailers and how they're structured. The trailer for this movie didn't tell you really anything. It's like, hey, this is a scary movie, come see me if you want. And it was effective because it got my butt in the seat along with my family. So I really enjoyed that. Now, the reason I don't think this is the best horror movie is, first off, there is some subtle, unnecessary gay crap in here. There's also a lot of gore and a lot of unnecessary adult language. Doesn't add anything to the plot. It's just there for the sake of it being able to be there because it's an R-rated film. Next thing, there's a lot of jump scares and they're unnecessary. It just, it kind of breaks the tension building that the film's trying to do, especially for the first hour. Another problem is pacing. This movie has a pacing problem. First off, this film was way too long. It's over 2 hours long. Didn't need to be that way. There's two characters in this movie that are completely irrelevant to this film. Actually, three. There's three characters in this movie that are unnecessary. A cop that's cheating on his wife and banging the school teacher. You have the wife, and she's irrelevant because she's part of the whole plot with the cop. And then the third irrelevant character is this homeless person, and he figures out by the magic of just breaking into a house where these 17 kids are actually at. So he just happens to stumble upon the kids because reasons. But his character really doesn't add anything. And so, like, if you remove the cop, you remove the cop's wife, and you remove this homeless guy that just magically finds the kids, the missing kids, if you remove those three characters, the movie would not change at all. Like, the script wouldn't be any different. The outcome would not be any different because the wife's character just gets written off screen, and then the cop and the homeless guy, they're basically, they get killed off. They're characters that are there to serve one plot little point, and that's it. They're really not all that into being purposeful, useful in the movie. So, yeah. Julia Garner and Josh Brolin greatly help hold up this movie together, and I think it helps make this movie stand out greatly from a lot of the competition this year. Their performances are just fantastic, and I really enjoyed both of them being on screen, especially together. They're really great together, especially in the finale. The movie, it's broken up into chapters, and so what it does is it gives you different viewpoints, different perspectives of each character and what they're doing during, the aftermath of these 17, after these 17 kids just randomly leave home at 7:15 a.m. So, the first part of the movie is dealing with Julia Gardner's character of, her being a teacher. It's 17 kids, all 17 kids, they're from her classroom, so everyone thinks, okay, she did it. And so we get to see that perspective. And then we get to see the perspective of everything unfolding through Josh Brolin's character of, like, the dad of one of the kids, and then the cops, and then a homeless guy, and then the one kid in the classroom that didn't get, taken or ran away. We get to see his perspective. And eventually it all comes together, and it leads into a really satisfying conclusion. This multiple perspectives approach, it allows the storytelling to make it where the journey is very unique, and it makes the final chapter and the final act of the film feel more impactful because you get to slowly piece together puzzle pieces instead of you just watching a 90-minute movie and you having to rewatch it to pick up on things. The film kind of slowly tells you things as you're watching it, and I like that. And when you get to the end, everything comes together like a big puzzle, and I like that. The film also gives us time to grow and understand our few main characters and question, is one of them the actual villain of the film, which I think is pretty cool. I like that, it was a small group of characters that they focused on. It's not some big extravaganza where you got 50 Avengers and you're trying to give, each of them screen time to validate their existence. You got a core group of characters and they get fleshed out for better or worse. Now, I know that you guys probably have seen this movie already, but if you haven't, I want to let you know I'm going to dive into spoilers now. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled on anything else when it comes to this movie, this is your spoiler warning. So here we go. I'm going to discuss the ending. The villain is basically something that you've seen 100 times, and I was honestly hoping it was going to be something different. They kind of literally spell it out for you. They type it out for you, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. They tell you exactly who the villain is at the beginning of the movie. Like, in the very first, 10-15 minutes, it's like it's staring at you in the face. And I'm just like, when I got to the end, I'm just like, oh, gosh. I was hoping it wasn't a witch, okay? It's a witch, and she paralyzes you using her voodoo magic, and she paralyzes you, and she basically feeds off your life force so she can live forever. So, vampire witch. Yeah. The ending is satisfying, and even though, I saw this movie, less than a week ago, this is a movie that has stuck with me. The imagery, especially that one scene where the principal, he's all blooded up in the face, and he's doing this, running towards the teacher, like that scene is still stuck in my head. I can't tell you a very impactful, memorable scene from like Jurassic World Rebirth or James Gunn's Superman or Fantastic Four First Steps, even though I like that movie. This movie, it's got imagery and it sticks with you for a long time. So while this is something that I don't plan to watch and own, I do think seeing it at least once is going to be a unique experience. It's something that's going to stick with me for a while, and the ending is satisfying. The witch gets killed off, the kids all get taken out of their trance, and they all go home, and I really like that. Biggest takeaway is basically this: don't trust your aunt if you haven't seen her in over a decade. She might be a witch. Okay? So, overall, it was a very interesting experience. Like I said, it's not the best horror movie I've ever seen. It does have some flaws. But, if you can watch this for a matinee, it might be worth your time. There's really nothing else out right now until like September and October. So, you could do worse. You could watch anything. I think anything else might be worse than this out that's not new. I don't even know what else is out. It's like there's really nothing out. It's like, oh man, Hollywood really bet on like Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Fantastic Four being big box office numbers, and it's like most people that wanted to see them saw them opening weekend, and now it's just a downhill spiral. It's amazing. So, alright guys, enough talk. I'm going to end the video. I'm going to give Weapons here a 5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.